All right. Hey, welcome. We're back with G and Balo live playing some welcome. I don't know. You listen to Critical Role Welcome to Dodore, which is links in the description. We're playing a Tadori campaign with Dungeons and Dragons and having quite fun using Tadori Reborn Sourcebook, among other things, and resources. And so, super pumped about all of that. Last week, we faced off a pretty intense dragon. The crew had to come together and defeat, and then discuss kind of the more implications of tactics and ethics, even in defeating creatures, especially with taking over their mind and getting them into certain positions. And we ended with Enigma kind of rethinking some of the tensions that were going on with what they felt their direction was versus the groups, and realizing that their program or their old programming, whatever it is, seemed to be taking them on a different path, and walked away into the sunset, as it were, leaving behind all her party members in birodin without any note or anything. Just bye. And there, I think we'll go ahead and pick up. Remember, you can help our peeps out by spending those channel points to give inspiration to make those rolls well and good. So I think what we'll do here, if everyone's good, I know Say had some stuff she wanted to figure out a little bit with birodin, and then I'll kind of go around to see if anybody has anything else to figure out, and then we're going to do a little bit of a travel jump, I think, kind of post Enigma. So we don't spend a whole lot of time kind of figuring out where Enigma is, but just understand that Enigma had left for the most part. Does that sound good?
Sounds fun to me.
That's good.
All right. So, thanks for subs, everybody. Now, say, you were looking for science, so go ahead and make a perception check for me as you wander around the streets of Birodin.
12. I rolled a 4.
Okay. So you move from about, it's a rather small town, Birodin. You look for anything that would indicate a dark underbelly or even just some lighthearted thievery. Don't see anything that jumps out at you. Anything else you would try to do?
Well, she didn't find that. She would have looked like while everybody was asleep, and she was really wanting to talk to Enigma, and she would search all over for Enigma.
Okay.
And if she not finding Enigma, she would send a message out, just like to try and get Enigma's attention. Be like, "Where are you hiding? This isn't hide and seek, and it's only 150 feet."
Yeah. Let's do this then. Why don't you go ahead and make a survival check?
Survival. Ooh. Nope.
Okay. So, you search high and low, and I think you do find some Enigma prints that's leaving the city, but you think that she had left, but you can't really track her from there.
Okay.
Good.
Yes. Question. I failed to catch it while watching the recaps. About how many days were we in the Hill Mall?
The Hill Mall itself, I believe you're in there for 2 days.
It took us about a day to get back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, one more question. I'm so sorry, and I will stop. I promise I'll stop. How many spoons can I get, and how much would spoons and ribbon cost me?
Sure. We can go ahead and let's say you get a pack of 60 spoons for 2 gold.
60?
Oh,
Yes.
jeez.
I love it.
And let's give you thrown in with that, let's give you 5,000 feet of red ribbon.
Yes.
Jeez.
Okay.
Whole spool of it.
That's a lot of ribbon, man.
Oh my.
For 2 gold, I'm all down for that. Okay. 5,000 feet. 60 spoons. Love it. Okay. Thank you.
Anything else for anybody?
On his way back from the sheriff's office, I think Mortis sort of spent some time just thinking about the moral implications. But while he did so, he would have sought out a leather worker. He wants to, now that he can afford it, pick up a pouch just for quick access to materials so he doesn't have to reach into the haversack for everything.
Yeah.
And then he also wants to find a leather sheath that he can use to wrap the gloves so that he doesn't accidentally puncture stuff when he's not using it.
Perfect. Yep. Yeah, we'll call that about 15 gold, I think.
Let's...
Okay. Anything else?
Dizzy spends most of her time in the city by herself. Every morning, she measures her wings, and she starts spending her nights out in the forests. And she'll invite people who are down on their luck to join her. And she'll prepare for those people a hero's feast in exchange for something they offer.
Okay. What type of things do you feel like people offer?
Well, depends on how hungry they are. How hungry is the town?
Most of the people pretty much are like they have their supplies. Like it's not like they're starving. So it would be more of a novelty to eat at the hero's feast than anything.
Okay. In that case, she offers the hero's feast in exchange for trinkets and buttons and pieces of string, except for one. She singles someone out. And every night that person comes and asks for food. And every night, Dizzy asks that person what the most important thing in the world is to them. What do you think they say?
Right. I guess that ought to be my children.
How many children do you have?
At least 4.
How old are they?
Well, the youngest pushing around 3. Old one getting up there, get there 13 years old about.
The youngest is 3. Does the 3-year-old know their name?
Yes.
What's their name?
Kind of pause. Looks at you for a sec. Well, that'll be Salome.
Salome. Well, I'll tell you what. I will let you have a nice dinner for you and your children. In exchange, I get to rename Salome.
No, I'll just... Thanks.
Okay.
And they go to find food elsewhere. I would think. So yeah, I think you find people here are mostly just like no one's starving, so it's not as...
So, Dizzy, at the end of these couple of days, measures her wings. And they've grown a little. About a half inch.
Interesting. There you go. And anything else?
I think sometime before we leave town, Mortis would seek out Rengar to ask him about the moral implications of what we've done and what his thoughts are on it.
You'll probably find him most days that we're still in town. That's exactly right. And it doesn't look good. Not at all. Like, you don't know what it is. Lingar's not sure he knows what it is anymore. The implications of that as a player, knowing what happens at the end of the month, we'll see what, because it doesn't resemble at the moment anything you've ever seen as far as creatures or animals or beasts. It's he was trying. He had an idea on what he wanted it to be, but who knows? And he's just sitting there. He has it. His feet are crossed. He's sitting down with his back up against a tree, and he's just got it, working very slowly on it.
So Mortis would walk up and sit down and lean against the tree, same tree, kind of shoulder to shoulder. Rengar, I've been pondering Dizzy's concerns about the way we address the issue of that dragon. We didn't go in there looking for a fight necessarily, but I was curious your thoughts on whether you think what we did was right.
That, I think, is always right and wrong is always going to be subjective. I think if you asked one of these townspeople that was freed from the nightmare they were trapped in and who were eventually going to be eaten, I think they would say that we were right, that what we did was good. But if we were to ask the mate of that dragon, I don't know if they would agree. To them, what we did was evil. The dragon was merely doing what it needed to survive. And as far as our own actions and our own involvement, I think intent matters. I think our intent, at least mine was, I don't want to speak for everyone, but my intent was to help people. It just, we didn't help everyone. I don't know if we can help everyone. I don't think we'll ever be able to help everyone. But I think your intent matters.
I think most of us were intent on helping to free the people of Birodin. I'm just worried that my prejudice against people dominating other people unwillingly and preying upon them, that bothers me enough that perhaps I acted more rashly than I should have. But as I ponder it more, I think the dragon was doing what was natural to him, but I think we were doing what was natural to us in defending this world and the people of this world. And so at worst, I think it's a situation of two forces of nature of clashing and one of them prevailing over the other.
I think that is true for every interaction. It is someone, when two opposite views meet head on head and neither are willing to change their own. It doesn't always have to be like that. The other thing that we can do is learn from this and perhaps let it guide our future choices for better outcomes.
Indeed. I think I agree. I just wanted to know your thoughts.
How are you doing?
Oh, a little less nerve-wracked than I was. It's a bit strange to almost lose one's life, or lose one's life and be pulled back. They feel the same. I was pulled back so quickly, I'm not sure I have any sense of the experience.
Are you okay with being here?
Being
in the town?
We've done good for these people. And part of my frustration was shame from surviving an encounter that I probably shouldn't have. And now I've been on the other end of that, and I've faced that death and somehow been brought back, perhaps unfairly so, but I'm no less grateful for it. Yeah, I was worried this town would be, I don't know. There's a lot of memories here. But I feel like some of the things that were causing me anguish and frustration when we first arrived have subsided, and time has helped lessen the intensity of those feelings. So I think I'm doing all right.
Good. Well, if there's anything I can do to help continue aiding you in coming to some sort of understanding on peace with your past, you let me know. I don't recommend woodwork. It's frustrating.
Yeah,
Try
what are you
something
trying
else.
to make over there anyway?
Well, I thought making I thought making a direwolf would help. It's not. It's not even a direwolf, so that I might start over. I don't know, or finish and find out what happens when I think it's done. Maybe it's done already. It's a work in progress, aren't we all? But find a better hobby than this.
Well, drinking tends to be my hobby, so...
Oh. Well, I hope you're better at it than I am at woodwork.
But indeed.
I'll just continue to go back at it.
And I think Mortis would sit for a while until night comes and we start to gather up at the inn. And yeah.
At some point, I'd like to make my way over to Rowan's chambers. I'd just be like,
Police, open up.
Flushes. I'm ready.
are you decent?
No, but come on in.
I walk in. How you feeling? My God, dude, you're already shit-faced?
You know, it's more just does it, and I mean, it was some strong stuff. It was the running something. It was pretty good. It's 3 gold.
What?
It was like 3 gold. It was good, and it was just really strong. What's up?
How you feeling outside of that? Are your bones back in place?
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of feeling better.
Hey, Rowan.
What's up?
Are we the bad guys?
I don't think so. Talking because we killed the dragon?
I mean, we had no other choice, right?
I didn't know what else to do. Just saw Mordis go down. It just kind of, your friends are getting hurt. suddenly don't care what's right or wrong. You just want to make sure they're okay.
It's just been bothering me. I mean, we try to help, but I mean, what Dizzy said was true. I mean, the dragon was just playing with you as if he was your friend.
Yeah. I felt horrible until he, like I said, he got super mad. And then he turned into a jerk. But up until then, I wanted to work something out. Usually better about talking my way out of situations.
Really?
Believe it or not, yeah.
You know, you always talk a very big game with that. I don't remember seeing you talk your way out of any situation.
To be fair, it's usually not in a cave or in a lair. It's usually people, and they usually don't know any better. But I'm not making an excuse.
It's normally people and they're drunk at a tavern.
Yeah. I guess. I never thought of it that way.
I'm glad we made it out.
Yeah, me too. I was really afraid. I didn't think we were going to make it.
What'd you think of the new breastplate?
Very
Like the-
slimming.
They say black is. I might have Dizzy add some color in it. Some white stone blue.
Don't you do a lot of stuff with like light and stuff? Isn't this against your whole kind of brand?
So, remember that dream I told you about?
I think so. Some guy was like, "You're mine now," or something, right?
That sounds way dirtier when you say it, but yes, that guy.
I mean, he told me about it.
he kind of showed up.
He was there?
Towards when I struck the final blow, I felt as though he was behind me, and the dragon said something to the effect of, I guess they had history, and he was gonna enjoy torturing me in front of him.
I'm not the educated, well, not in the ways of these matters. What does this mean?
I don't know. I don't know what the history between them was. I just heard a voice in my head to say to go over and touch the creature, and the armor appeared.
So that was a gift from him then.
Yeah.
Huh. Someone really did claim you, didn't they?
I mean, I'm still part of the menagerie.
Of course you are.
You ain't getting rid of me that easy.
No. It's not as easy as it seems.
Well, I'll let you go back to sleeping that off. get ready to hit the road later?
Yeah, I was gonna do some studying. I got a book on learning Sylvan. I wasn't exactly sober when I bought it, but I've been meaning to learn it, so maybe now's the time.
Sylvan. Who speaks Sylvan?
Sayuri said she was gonna teach me, but I figured I can learn some and be like, "Ha! I know some already."
Well,
Still won't be able to hold a conversation though.
I'll let you to your studies.
I appreciate it. Can you do me a favor?
What's that?
Can you give me like some water, like some more bread? I'm got a headache, and the light hurts and loud noises. And...
I'll see what they have. And as I walk out, I just cast light right on the wall where the door is.
Sayuri just got her spoons and is playing a little deal with like 2 spoons on the wall next to his room. Doesn't even know what's happening. She's just tapping out a rhythm on the wall.
I hear them everywhere.
Amazing. All right. Anything else?
As we gather for the evening, Mortis would pull everyone together to share some of his experience behind that door. So he'll try to find everyone, and as we get together, has anybody seen Enigma?
I haven't seen her. I looked for her. I did, however, see tracks that led out of town, but nothing further than that.
Always a little chaotic, that one. Never quite predict her actions.
Oh, Tizzy, you make me laugh. Well, I was hoping to share this with all of you, but now that we're a little less pressed for time, when I went through that door back in that dungeon, it took me, I don't know where it took me, somewhere else, but when I turned around to return, the door was gone, and there was a single individual. I can't tell you much about this individual, because part of the deal for me to get back was that I not speak about them. At least not very much, not enough for you to be able to identify them. But they gave me a couple of warnings that if a Fae were to try to enter that space, they would likely die. And if they did survive, they wouldn't be able to get out. So it's probably good that we didn't try too hard to get through that door. From what I can tell, it seems almost like that person I met was trapped there, but I'm not sure that's what was happening. And I was asked to find some way, should we run into a similar door in the future, to find some means of helping this individual communicate with the Fae Queen. I don't know what else they didn't give details about why. They just wanted to communicate with the Fae Queen. So, as Dizzy, you're the only Fae Queen I know, it seemed prudent to let you know. And Sayuri, it seems like you may potentially become if not a queen, a leader in your own right. I imagine that at some point you would know a Fae Queen that we might be able to bring into the conversation if we needed to.
So, do you need me to talk to this person?
That's what they wanted. I don't know how to achieve that necessarily. She mentioned something about a mirror.
Mirror.
And some kind of magical mirror that we could bring so you could communicate across planes. Seems like this place was on another plane. So...
Matt, would I know anything about a mirror?
I mean, I would say you've heard of magic mirrors that can be used to talk through great distances, even across planes. They're usually highly valued, kept by royalty for the most part, but they're not impossible to find. They would basically operate where you would have one, and one would have to be given to this person, and they would be interconnected.
Would I have access to such a thing since I'm royalty?
You might back in your realm.
Okay.
Or you might be able to have two fashioned here.
Well, I might be able to help get these items constructed, but it's probably going to cost a lot.
Yes, I assumed that much.
The individual you met, when did they say they wanted this to happen?
They described, they mentioned that there's chaos in the magic of the world right now.
That's
And
because of the
I
the
presume it's the
Shadowfell.
Shadowfell.
And the Shadowfell coming into the Feywild is disrupting all of it.
So in the event that that is solved, they then want the communication to be established.
Yes. Well, yes. They described it being fine to wait until after that concern was resolved.
I see.
Okay. I mean, yeah, because by that point, when we go back to that realm, I might be able to get us those mirrors a little cheaper. How much time do we have left on our contract?
10 months. Less than 10 months. Because we kept on saying 11 months, but there's only 11 months in the year in Exandria. So we have a little less than 10 months.
Okay. Well, what do we want to do?
Should
Well,
probably start moving. I'm sorry, Rangar, I interrupted you.
Oh, no, it was basically the same sentiment. We've come this far. I think we continue on to the somewhat elusive village of Neardell Park.
Sounds good to me.
First thing in the morning?
Before I turn in, I'm going to make a quick look around town, see if I can't find Enigma. Do anybody care to join me?
I can. I'm pretty good at tracking.
Well, I mean, the last I saw, her footprints were leading outside of birodin. So, I mean, you can start there.
So yeah, I'll join you, Mortis.
Right.
Oh, Revere, are you coming?
Yeah, I'll go with.
Okay, I'll sit this one out.
Terry, would you care to come so we can find the footprints, or would you like to describe where in the town we can find these footprints so we can start there?
Sure, I'll lead you there.
Hmm.
I lead them to the entrance to town.
Well, it's more than one entrance. I just want to know which one.
Very true. So who here? We can do like one more survival, I guess.
Oh, when we get there, Mortis is just going to use his Seeker's Compass to try to locate the helmet.
Gotcha.
The mask. So it's just locate object spell 1,000 feet.
Okay.
And I imagine she's well beyond 1,000 feet.
Yes.
She hasn't been circling by Rodin, just
So pull out his compass and concentrate on it for a moment and activate it. And the needle doesn't point in any particular direction and starts spinning, and she's not anywhere nearby.
Do you think she left?
I mean, I don't know her that well, but I don't think she would have just left without telling anyone. Though
I
she
tried
was.
to message her, but she didn't answer, so I didn't get a reply.
Well, perhaps she did. As much as I'd like to go looking for her, I don't know that we have the time. We're kind of on a fixed timeline.
Yeah.
Well, she's a strong individual. We know she should be good.
And she has companions. Her owl and her mechanical...
Her pooper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think she'll be fine.
Let's go get some rest, guys.
I'll be there in a few. You guys go on ahead without me.
All right.
All right.
See you soon.
We head down to get some sleep, and Siri.
She's gonna walk. Is there like woods or forest or something close by?
Fairly much, like probably about a good 1,000 feet.
All right. She's gonna go over there and she's gonna get Bob Yuri.
Hey.
Hey, Bob Yuri.
This kind of rolls around and then manifests some amorphous limbs. Hey, what do you need?
You feeling okay?
Yeah, I've just been resting and going between different states of existence. It's fine.
I don't think you're going to be safe with us. Not with me, but with everybody else.
What do you mean?
I'm afraid that they might find out about you and what you thrive on, and I'm afraid that they're going to get mad and something may happen to you. I don't
That
want
really
that to
sucks.
happen. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, no, me neither. Well, kind of have a problem. So, I can only really exist near you.
Oh no.
if I'm not part of that. I don't really want to go back to non-existence. You kind of
No, okay.
threw me into consciousness, and now you're like, oh no, like my friends
I'm
might
so-
kill you.
No,
And so, do you want my friends to murder you, or do you want me to throw you into nothingness,
I don't
where
want that
everything
either,
you
though.
are and will be scattered throughout existence?
I don't want that either. Okay. Let's just. I want you to stay with me. I do want you to stay with me. I just want you to be safe. Can we do that?
What do you mean? You said I'm not safe with. I mean, I could just be with you. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
that sounds great. So you're kind of like, don't go hunting on my own.
Yeah, like whenever you do go hunting, let's do it whenever they're like asleep or something like that, or I can like sneak off or something like that and let you go
Right.
do your thing.
And you said no feeding on their dream, right?
Yes. No.
Right. Yes.
Okay. All right. Because I just want you to be safe and I don't want you to get hurt, but I also don't want you to go into nothingness. And I'm sorry I put that on you.
It's better to exist. Okay. So, just don't. Oh yeah. So nightly we hunt.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
Okay. All right.
And see, you said I can. I mean, there look some really yummy hopes. There's this young girl who just has so many dreams. I really want to take a bite and feast a little bit of that. Can I go?
Yeah. Yeah, just
I know not all of it,
Not
right?
all of
A
it.
percentage, yes.
yes.
That was
Yes,
the
just a
agreement, yeah.
percentage, but just a little
Yep.
bit. All
You
right.
got it, 99. Yep. And I'm kidding.
You're so funny. All right, and then I'll go back and just wait around for him to get done, and then I'll go
Yeah,
back
no.
into the.
Yeah. About an hour later, there's a scream of terror as a young girl wakes up in a cold sweat, and Bobby Roy pops out of the shadow of your palm. Oh, that was a good one.
Whoa.
Oh, yeah. She wants to be mayor.
Oh, you didn't take that dream, did you?
No, I deteriorated. She just has a healthy amount of fear about it.
Okay.
Maybe a little unhealthy. But, I mean...
We all have unhealthy fears. It's
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, thank
Change is
you.
scary. I understand. It's okay. You ready to go back in my pocket?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll shove them back in my pocket and then go in and take my 4 hours.
Very cool. In that case, next morning, we can wake up and get moving if you'd like. Is it pretty easy in the morning, or is there anything we feel like we need to resolve?
I think that's it.
Alright. In that case, begin the journey. So going south. Trying to get to the jungle. And you journey a bit through some of the flatlands. You see small settlements here or there. Remember some of the warnings of people tend to keep their own. So you can avoid them if you like, just kind of keeping to the pathway. And you begin to hit just the outcropping of jungle, thick, wet forest. It gets a slight tropical feel as you hit further south into Tadore. And who would like to make survival check to kind of get your route as you're just trying to find your way into the nothingness?
I will.
Okay.
Guidance. That I don't
Alright.
have.
Amazing.
I think
I'll
Irvier's
cast
saying
guidance.
yeah.
It's 24.
Okay. Very good. In that case, first day's journey goes without incident. And around midday of your second day here south in the jungle, you hear just a bit of music. Some violin coming from a little bit further south.
Sounds like a party.
Sure does. Maybe we should go join.
Yes, I agree.
Let's go crash the party.
Does it sound like multiple people are playing or just one?
It sounds like multiple instruments.
Let's go crash the party. Busy.
Yep.
All right. I'm with you. Let's go.
All right.
You approach, you go further, and you find where it seems to be a clearing, but it's strange that the area of the jungle is almost entirely put aside, as though it's not even there, and there's more of like a meadow that you'd feel like you'd find in more northern climates that is suddenly there. There is a cottage that is to the southernmost area of it, and a long tea table, about 10 feet long. And around there are, you see animals that all have like a vaguely pink glow in their eye as they're hitting instruments and sitting at the table, pouring
The Hare and the Mad Hatter.
pouring various bits of tea and cookies for various animals that are seated in very small seats around. You see someone. Bobby, can you describe?
Sure. So, probably seated at the head of the table is a humanoid rabbit-looking creature. And one thing that you definitely notice odd about this rabbit creature is there's a pair of antlers that are growing out of its forehead, almost like deer or elk. And it is engaged with, seems like conversation with these animals, and is laughing and is very jovial. Sort of a like tannish colored fur, with just the white right around his mouth, sort of tips of the toes, tips of the ears, and just seems to really be enjoying this tea party.
I cast Speak to Animals so I can hear what they're saying.
All right. What type of conversation you have in there?
And so you say that it tried to keep shoving acorns into the tree when there was no more space. Well, that just is silly. And then they all rolled out on top of it? That is not a very bright squirrel. I agree. You were probably wise to leave that squirrel and find another mate. That one, not the brightest.
I happen to know a squirrel if anyone's interested in meeting one.
Did you all hear that?
Wait, is someone speaking?
Bim will look around.
I come out into the clearing. I thought I was already out. So I just walk out.
that's-
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like,
Sorry.
yeah, I'm right
I
behind
thought we were playing a game.
her.
Hi there.
Oh, greetings. Hello. If you are here to cause no harm, please join us. No obligations, of course. No, you owe me anything if you eat my food. If you have a seat here, just share a chair with the woodland friends.
Okay, are you talking in common, Sylvan, or still an animal?
I think it's a cross between animal, common, and sylvan. It just like slides.
I
Add the
speak all
three.
three.
Just one sentence, 3 different languages.
All right, so I kind of try to mimic that and use all 3 as well. And I say, that sounds fantastic. And
I
kinda
will-
sit down.
I will go Sylvan Common, and I'll be like, so we can sit here, so we can sit and have a drink with you?
Yes,
Tea?
it's tea.
Oh, awesome.
Do
and
you,
I
do
will
you
go.
like tea?
I do like tea.
Oh, tea is so good.
I will go sit with, I don't know, is there a hedgehog? I want to sit with a hedgehog.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll sit with a hedgehog.
So, are we spilling the tea?
Well, did you just hear about? Well, you actually, was it you who said that you know a squirrel?
I do. Would you like to meet them? They're made of fire.
Yes.
And so I go
Made of
ahead
fire.
and summon Fire Squirrel.
Oh,
I was once a squirrel.
It's true. She was.
That was the weird 5 minutes of my life.
interesting. Do you remember being the squirrel?
I do.
Oh.
It was
What was it like?
everything was so big, and I just really wanted like acorns for some reason.
Squirrels do like acorns.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Fire Squirrel. Throw a flaming acorn.
Ah. Don't know. Looks at the squirrel. Could you mate with a flaming squirrel?
Let me ask you. They're a little shy. Fire Squirrel, would you like to mate with a other squirrel? What's that, Fire Squirrel? You would? Well, Fire Squirrel is interested.
Do you
Everybody's
think if they
interested in
did, that
somebody.
the squirrel would get hurt? That wouldn't be good. I don't believe
agree.
the squirrel is resistant to fire. Can
Okay.
a fire squirrel not hurt people with its fire?
Actually, Fire Squirrel hurts people who are even resistant to fire with fire, so that could be a problem for a long
don't
term.
think that this would be a good match either.
Yeah.
I
So
mean, Fire Squirrel seems more intelligent than the squirrel that she left, but I'm still not sure this is the right match for her.
So what's your name?
Oh, I'm Bim. Bim Cottonwhirl, and he takes a deep bow.
Oh, well, I am Queen Dizzy of the Fae.
Oh,
Um,
Your Majesty. And he takes a deeper bow. Have you come from the Feywild recently? I haven't been there in ages.
I look at Say and say, yes, we both have.
Ah, you're not a normal elf. You're an Eladrin. That's
yeah,
interesting. Haven't seen one of you in a while.
you're a herring god?
Yes. Yep.
I've never seen one with antlers before. That's unique.
Yeah. It sort of happened when I came here. Some lingering Fey magic, maybe, I think.
Oh, that's cool.
You must be really fast if you're here and gone at the same time.
We are fast. Sometimes it does seem like we're here and gone, but that's a common misconception.
Oh,
We're just fast. We don't really always go somewhere. We're oftentimes here quickly, not here gone.
How
Did
long
you-
have you been here?
Here in this spot since last May.
Since last May? How about here on the
No,
material
last
plane?
night.
Last night. How
Yeah.
long have you been in the material plane?
Oh, I believe 10 years.
10
Wow.
years. Wow.
Well,
I've been wandering.
wondering, like between the two, both like planes.
Oh no, I've just been mainly wandering here. There's a lot to see and do and learn here.
I totally get it. I mean, I myself, believe we are living in a material world, and I am a material girl myself.
That is an amazing observation.
Oh, you should meet
Oh.
our friends.
Yeah, we are so rude. I'm sorry. I didn't introduce myself either. I'm Sayuri.
Hello, Sayuri.
Nice to meet you. Bim?
Bim. Yes, Bim.
Bim.
Cotton Whirl.
Cotton Whirl. I love that. And that's Mortis. I'll point at each one. That's Mortis. They don't speak Sylvan or Animal. They only speak Common.
Ah,
Okay, that's
then
Right
I
on.
transfer to Common. Greetings.
Hello, I'm Ringar. I've only understood about every sixth word you've said, so the conversation has been a bit hard to track.
Oh. Well, let me recap for you. So we were going to see if this squirrel, who had an idiot of a boyfriend squirrel, would be able to mate with Dizzy's squirrel, but we decided that since Dizzy's squirrel doesn't have the ability to not hurt people with its fire, that it probably would not be a good match. And then we
Oh.
discussed how long I've been here in the material plane, wandering.
Oh,
It's been about 10 years.
that makes a lot more sense now. Thank you.
Oh,
I
and
am
you can
happy
sit
that I
down
was able
too.
to- Oh yes, the tea is for everyone again, as long as you do not intend to do harm, and it has causes no obligation between us. You don't owe me anything. You don't any of those things.
How big are the chairs?
They're humanoid size. They're probably a little small for you, but standard.
I love this new character, Bobby.
And they're probably like a mismatch of different kinds of chairs. There are probably inns throughout the world that are missing one chair.
Mortis, I saved you a chair right next to me, and I pat the smallest chair at the table.
Is the table small enough that I could sit down and still be at
Mortis
table height?
probably so, yeah.
Okay. So Mortis will move the chair aside and do that.
Yes, so that's Moradis, Rowan, Ringar, and Seisei, and myself. Oh, and Revere, I forgot you were there. So it's so cool that you're having a tea party out here in the forest.
Well, I really like tea, and so I just try to find whoever's around to have tea when it's tea time. And tea time is, well, whenever I want tea. Would you
Might I
like
ask
some
what
bread?
kind
The
of
house
tea?
is making bread. Do you need some bread?
I'm sorry, the house is baking bread?
The cottage is baking. The trick is, though, you have to be in it to eat it. If you bring it in here, it just goes right back to the cottage.
Oh.
I want to check this out. I'm gonna go into the cottage to eat some bread.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask what kind of tea this is?
What kind do you like? There are various pots. There's some chai and some chamomile if you need to relax, and there's a lemon flavored one if you're a fan of lemon.
I'll try your lemon flavor.
Did Sayuri just go into the cottage?
I did.
Okay.
I want bread that's being made by this cottage
Mm.
that I can only eat in the cottage.
I'll take some lemon tea as well.
Oh,
Try
Bim will get up and start carrying different cups over to you all and filling your teacups.
Oh, we also need some for my children. Snowdrop, Rose Petal, Daisy, Mango, Pop Pop, Buttercup, Clover, and Little.
Hey! I have a thing that they might like to do. Bim will rummage sort of in a bag by the side of his chair and will pull out a box. And inside the box is a tiny croquet kit sized for pixies and fairy and sprites. Would you like to play?
Don't- Yes, yes. And they take it and they begin to set it up among some tree branches. And like, wah, bunk.
You definitely said croquet, and my brain heard crochet. And then Matt said string it up between the trees. It just, we're not in the Feywild right now. It's okay. I got it. I'm good.
Kinda are right now, I believe.
Are we? Where are we? What just happened? We were going to the
This is
jungles,
tight.
and we walked right back into it.
So, Bim,
I try to get out.
Yes.
Let me back in.
are you the romantic type?
I have had some loves in my life.
Oh, that is so cool. Tell me about them.
Well, there were a few. You see, I kind of wander a lot, and so it doesn't really make for long-lasting relationships. But maybe one day I'll find somebody who can, settle me down and keep me around in one spot. So I guess maybe I'm not romantic, but I love quickly and lose interest quickly.
Bobby, could you tell me what are Bim's pronouns real quick? I think I might have missed that.
He, him.
Gotcha. Well, so you're the type of guy that just likes to roam around. A wanderer.
Yeah.
Yeah, a wanderer. I like that. Rowan, you should write a song about it.
Are you a bard?
I'll try to say in conversational Sylvan, I am the master bard.
Oh,
I don't know what I
excellent.
said.
Friends, put down your instruments. We have a bard here. He shall perform for us. It'll be amazing.
What did they tell
And
me?
all of them again, they set down their instruments.
I saw the drop of Rowan's face. I'm dying. At this point, Siri walks out with like an armful of bread, like munching on one, and it disappears. And she's like, "Oh,
I told you.
I know."
Interestingly, it only happens with the bread. The tea biscuits, they stay.
Oh,
Anything
there's
that's actually cooked in the kitchen stays.
there's tea biscuit. Okay, I can deal with that. Do you have any I'm sorry. Do you have any like raspberry tea?
Let me go get some.
Okay.
We'll disappear in the house, in the cottage, and come back out.
And
New pot.
everyone looks very expectantly at Rowan.
Oh yeah. Siri's nomming on one of these tea biscuits, just staring.
Yeah. I'd love to play something for you guys. And I'll try to come up with something on the spot in Sylvan with the little bit that
Yes.
I'm just sipping.
Do you
this
know
tiny
anything from
PT
the
cup.
Feywild?
He
I haven't
does.
been there in so long. I'd really love to hear a Feywild song. Do
He
you know?
knows one.
Yes.
We traded it.
He's
A song
really good at
from
it.
the plain material for a song from the Feywild.
He knows
He's
it by
so
heart.
fantastic.
He can just do it without reading anything.
Yes. He is
Well,
the best.
I'm really excited to hear this song. Especially since it was a trade. I meant it had to be for something good.
Come on, Rowan. I know you know it.
I walk behind Rowan and just pat him on the back, like, you got this, and cast guidance.
While they're doing this, I want to go around the table and just whisper everyone that he enjoys having spoons thrown at him instead of flowers.
Yes. I love it, Lizzie. I'll start handing out spoons on the down low.
So many spoons. I'll try to make it up.
Yes, that is yes. Bread and cookies, bread and tea will definitely get us captured.
And
100%.
sweets.
A part of Ringar thought Sari just walked into a mimic and was gone forever.
She wanted bread.
And raspberry tea.
Uh-huh.
All right. Does Rowan tries to sing the song?
I was blinded by fear. I was guided by anger. I remember very little. And then my father, it's been a long time. Oh my god.
And one big, kind of like in unison swoop, about 30 spoons just hits you square in the head. And they kind of go, yay!
Isn't he so
And
good?
they start to
It's amazing.
go, hey, let's go, everyone.
I gather my spoons back up.
I can't tell, did they like it or did they not?
I loved it.
It was great. You did such a great job, brother.
I don't remember. I did my best.
You know, Bim,
Sometimes trying is the important thing. You'll get better if you keep trying.
Thank you. I'll try my best all the time now.
you've been such a gracious host that I was going to offer you and everyone here a hero's feast.
Ooh. Can we get chocolate cake tonight?
That.
What was that, Bobby?
What? I'm sorry.
I've never had one of those. What is that?
Oh, you're going to love it. Oh, you're going to love it. I'll prepare one tonight. You must come with us.
Yes.
Where are we going?
Somewhere.
We're wandering as well.
Oh, well, that's my favorite thing to do.
You want to wander with us?
You're not going to try and kill me.
I don't eat
No.
rabbit.
Yeah, we don't.
Okay. And you're not going to knock me out and take all of my stuff?
I don't know what I would do with your stuff.
I have a lot of stuff.
Oh, do you?
Mhm.
The only thing I will take is anything that you give.
Set.
Yeah, the only thing I'll take is anything that you give me. And most likely, I'll probably give you something, like right now, and I'll tie a ribbon around one of his antlers.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
I really like the idea that you try to look at it, but it's on your antler. So
It's a very Faye thing to do.
So, I'm excited to travel with you, but since you said you've recently come from the Feywild, do you have any news? I haven't been there in a while, and I'm kind of curious what's going on.
Oh,
What realm are you from?
Well, I kind of wandered through all of those too.
Well, I mean, it's the Shadowfell's taking over, but yeah, otherwise it's great.
The what?
The Shadowfell is taking over.
But how? Why? Who?
We don't know why. And we don't know how. And we're trying to get our strength up so we can go and beat them back into their own shadow. we
So the Shadowfell
well-
people have taken my home?
my home. Yeah. Our
Trying to
home.
take all of our homes.
Yeah.
That's why we have agreed to stop it.
Yep.
Whoa. And that's where you're going?
We're gathering some stuff and we're getting information, and then we're going to do that. We've got a little less than 10 months.
But we've been putting together a good team of people. There's this one guy named Shiny I spoke to, and there's this girl that's over in some weird town somewhere in the east. But yeah, we're going to make it happen.
Mm-hmm. And we've gotten all of the Fae in on it.
Well, I don't plan on staying here forever. I would like to be able to go home and see my 13 brothers and sisters and my parents. So, can I help?
Of course, by all means.
Excellent. Then I will travel with you. But please don't kill me or take my stuff.
I will not kill you.
You're the only one that said that, though.
I know, that's weird. Why haven't, are you guys planning on eating him? If you are, I'm going to have to fight you.
Of course not. We're all family. We protect family.
I mean, it's really nice of you to say, but I just met you. It takes a little bit longer to be my family, like at least an hour.
Yeah, it's only been 5 minutes.
I mean, you all seem really nice, and everybody's drinking tea, and I think that anybody who drinks tea is a good person in general, although that's not exactly the best measurement tool I've been told.
You didn't poison the tea, so we're off to a very good start.
Well, we don't know that yet, but it's you gotta do it dangerously.
Sometimes my poison only takes an hour to take effect.
I love it.
That's how long it takes to eat a hero's feast, so it all works out.
Oh, I pull my vial of poison out. Oh, is it this stuff that you poured in it?
No.
No.
I didn't really poison the tea. That would be
Oh. Oh.
I mean,
okay.
would
Well,
ruin
I'll
the
just
tea.
put this. I'll just put this back. I'm sorry.
And,
to be
and
fair,
Drip,
I think
Drip wouldn't really like it if I poisoned the tea.
and we would have known by now if past experiences told us anything. We're all very susceptible to poison.
Are we?
That's
Yes.
good to know.
We do get
I'll
tired
watch
pretty
out for
easily.
poison-fighting herbs as we adventure through the lands.
Woohoo!
Wait, are you also a herbalist? An herbalist?
I am.
I am too. Oh my gosh.
Oh, well, have fun gathering herbs together and making remedies and things like that.
Oh, is that what you do?
What do you do?
I just eat grass.
I see. Clearly, a different school of herbalism than apparently that I have gone to. The
But
one I go
Dizzy-
to collects things and makes things out of plants.
Dizzy does make a mean
Look, Dizzy
chocolate
is a
leaf.
queen. I'm not going to question how she does anything. She's a queen, okay?
Wait,
So
what was it? A
that's
chocolate
the
leaf
queen's
cake?
prerogative to do things the queen's way.
Yeah, she makes a mean chocolate leaf cake.
Chocolate leaf cake. I haven't had one in years.
Well,
should
we can
make
put it in the
one
hero's
when you-
feast.
Yeah.
Yummy.
What do you think, Ringar?
Just do me a favor. No carrots.
No carrots.
Okay.
Every town I go to, people try to give me carrots. It's like, not every rabbit likes carrots, okay? Don't give them to me.
Ringar,
Why?
Carrot cake.
It's sort of racist.
Yeah.
Ringar, isn't it great we've met another Fae out here?
Indeed.
This party, every time somebody loses a character, this party is just going to be all fake characters. I just know it, but
If we have any hope of returning order, and I use that term lightly, to the Feywild, the more Fey on our side, the better.
Right.
That sounded really
We
smart.
are all about our rules and order.
Yes.
I tried to
So I've
explain it
come
to them.
understand.
I tried to explain. They don't quite get it.
They didn't grow up there. They don't know.
That's true. That's true.
Their rules are a lot different here. For
They're
sure.
kind of weird.
For-
I'm talking in Sylvan right now. They're kind of weird rules.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, you stopped languages. I've been speaking in common this whole time. Sorry.
No, you're fine. For that sentence, I switched to Sylvan.
We have sort of our own moral code, just so you know. Like some things are okay and some things are not.
Oh.
We don't
Rowan's over here taking notes.
we don't hurt each other, but it's okay that if someone invades your home, you can take them outside and skin them. That's okay. But not if they're a member of the menagerie.
Okay.
What?
Right?
That seems logical.
I think that's right.
I'm not really sure what the rules are anymore, so I just pretend to know.
We'll just have to figure it out then.
Yeah. So, are we
it's
gonna?
very important that I don't invade any of their homes. Got it.
Speaking as to the cause of the Shadowfell, the dragon that we fought did mention
had a
something
dragon?
possibly important. Yes.
Oh. I met a guy once who fought many dragons. He's very important. He's an official in a small town called Whitestone or something. He's the Grand Poobah de Doink in charge of this and that. That's a very important title. He was a very wise man. Lots of responsibility.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
We know a couple of people in Whitestone.
Yeah. I don't remember meeting a Grand Poobah de Doink. Is that what you
No,
said?
we haven't met that one.
I don't know what that
But
is.
he sort of looks like Rengar. That's your name, right, Rengar?
Yes.
He's tall like you and
Oh.
sort of paley with dark. No, you don't have them, right?
No.
You met the Grand Poobah?
Yeah,
What's
the
that?
Grand Poobah de Doink, in charge of all this and that. I think he's in charge of the whole city.
Oh.
I'm
Lord
gonna lean over to
Lord.
Rangar and go. Is he talking?
That doesn't
Is
sound
he
right.
talking about Percy,
Wait, did you switch back over to
Lord
common?
Percival?
Oh,
I lean over to. I'm probably still speaking in Sylvan, and I just don't know it. And I'm gonna ask you a question. And when you look at me weird, I'll be like, "Oh, is he talking about Lord Percival Derola?
I
Is he the
don't
Grand Poobah de
know.
Doink of all of this and that?"
Maybe that's a title we just didn't know about,
Oh,
or
but
I didn't know about.
The description he gave doesn't match Percival.
No,
he was one of their party members.
Percy's
Uh,
boss?
a half giant like myself.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know Lord Derolo, Lord Percival Derolo, had a boss.
Like
I thought he was the
Hog
boss.
or Rog, Greg, something like that.
Craig
Didn't
the
know.
half giant.
Craig the half giant.
Maybe it was Rock.
Rock.
That
I
sounds
don't
more
know
like
them.
a half giant named Rock.
Yeah, I think I smell what you're cooking.
Didn't you guys have an invitation to some sort of fight night club from?
He says
From
that's
an
how
individual-
decisions are made in Whitestone. Is you have to battle in this thing that happens every year.
Oh,
Grog
Ooh.
Strongjaw.
Did you say
Yeah,
Grog?
Rock Strongjaw. That sounds right.
Okay, I'm confused. Rock or Grog?
Grog. He fought
It doesn't
with
sound
Vox
right.
Machina.
Grog does not sound right at all.
Well,
Bog. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Bog?
Bog.
Bug.
I thought it was a silly name.
Grog. That sounds better. That sounds a lot better than Rock or Grog. I like
Much
Bog.
better.
Grog
Yeah.
sounds like a terrible drink.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, and in Sylvan, I say, just between me and you, Revere doesn't really know everything. He thinks he does, though.
And Sylvan.
Anyway, back to my points. The dragon mentioned that it was getting crowded in the Shadowfell, which
Can a place
Perhaps-
really get crowded?
well, it makes me wonder. Perhaps the Shadowfell is invading the Feywild because there's an invasion happening in the Shadowfell, pushing them out.
So the dragon was like a refugee.
I suppose that's the way you could put it. Either way, he was harming the people of this world. And I think people of this world trying to defend themselves from other planes of existence is a natural reaction
Yeah.
and natural defense. So
Well, as soon as we get the Feywild fixed, you won't have to worry about us anymore. So it's fine.
I know that when I'm trying to defend myself, I go to sleep.
Wait,
What?
if we save the Feywild, we have to stay there?
Well, it's a long story.
I know there's at least one Fey that wouldn't like that because he doesn't want to go back there.
Oh, you know him?
You know him
Our
too?
dragon?
I just call him the Traveler because that's what he calls himself here.
Oh yeah, we met him. He's super nice.
Yeah, he's
I've
really
had tea
cool.
with him a few times,
You're not
but
supposed to say
I
his
haven't
name.
seen him for a few years.
You
Not
can't
supposed to
say his name. I can say his name.
All right.
You're the one that brought him up.
Wait, huh? I got
Rengar said Artagan's name one too many times, and he popped up out of nowhere.
He does that, but he seemed awfully busy the last couple of years.
He helped with Feywild refugees. So he is a little busy right now. So are we going to stay here or are we going to head out?
We can head out. It's only midday, so we probably don't want to just,
Waste
unless
the
you're really
day
tired.
away? Nah, not really.
How close are we to the nearest town, Bim?
I don't know. I just sort of pick a direction every day and start walking.
I like that.
That's a good way to live.
That's 3 votes for a random direction.
Well,
I mean, if you want me to try and find the way, I suppose I could.
We're heading to Mortis's home.
That's right.
Where do you live?
it's south inside of the Riffin Mist jungle. It's a city that's rather difficult to find if you don't know what you're looking for. Even if you do know, it can be a challenge. It's called Neardale Park.
Oh.
so
I sort of know the general direction where that is. I accidentally stumbled onto it one time. Apparently, if you don't want to go there, sometimes you can find it. Maybe. That's how I found it. They have a statue of this big cat thing.
Yes, the Observer.
Sure. It stands there and watches people. I assume that's what it's called.
Well, it's observing, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Sure.
you're going to go.
Yes.
Let's-
Okay.
We just all stand there.
It's like,
I can't
how do
clean up the
you-
table if you're all sitting here, so...
Oh,
Stand
sorry.
up.
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
I finished
you.
drinking my raspberry tea. Put it down.
Are we
Sorry.
gonna have the feast?
Well, that's
Later
the
on
night.
tonight.
Later.
Oh, okay.
Jeez, Rowan.
No, I thought you were mid preparing a feast. I was like, we haven't had the feast yet. I was
We
looking forward
just
to it.
ate, Rowan.
You are just so hungry. Why do you want? Do you have nothing but food on your mind right now?
I love food. If I could, I would eat it every day.
Here, have a. Why are we all so dumb?
You did this, Bobby. You did all of this.
As the team cook, I don't know if I should feel offended by that comment.
Oh my god! Jesus Christ! Okay.
Oh, and mind the trees. When I clean up, they're gonna go back.
Oh.
Oh,
How do?
And we'll
Okay.
walk over to the cottage and say, "Okay, it's time to pack up." And then the cottage starts to shrink.
Yeah, cottage shrinks and the table moves in, and there's this weird thing. And I do need all of you to make dexterity saving throws as
Oh
the
god.
forest essentially closes in and becomes thick jungle around you.
Oh
Alright.
god. Okay. Let's see
Is
if
there a
my.
chance we have advantage since we knew it
Don't
was
get
coming?
exhaustion.
Can have advantage.
is this a spell or magical effect?
Yes, this is magical effect.
Okay.
Dex,
Oh, God.
That is terrible.
With advantage, I got an 8.
Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. I rolled a 9, 16.
Okay. I'll say 13 on this, and dizzy. You just the trees come in, just knock you into one another. You're kind of caught between two.
I thought she was going to get ping pong between
And it's
trees.
what is like, and then and very uncomfortable, and you're embarrassed.
Dizzy. I knew
Ow.
you liked trees, but I didn't know you liked them that much.
And then you see, like, in the midst of
You're right,
this,
Your Majesty. That is the correct way to do that.
in the
I'm
midst of
sorry.
this, you see him holding a little trunk that looks like a cottage.
Oh.
Oh, that's cute.
Oh.
You okay, Dizzy?
He drops it in
Yeah.
his backpack.
Am I still in the tree?
Yeah.
Okay, I've been practicing my flying, so I'm gonna try to fly down. And I just jump off and fall.
I did.
For 3
Can I
bludgeoning
roll-
damage.
Can I reaction? I think you did just reaction feather fall.
Oh, yeah, so you will save 3 damage. So suddenly your wings are like, you're gliding down.
It works.
It
Now I
sure
can fly.
does.
Well, I'm gonna try this on a cliff next time.
Oh dear God.
With that, we're taking a 15-minute break. We'll see y'all afterwards. As we continue this, whatever game we're playing, we'll keep doing it.
Playing the menagerie. is what
That's a cool cottage chest, Bobby.
Thanks. Awesome PM approved it.
Yeah, it's an item from the Griffin saddlebag. It's pretty cool.
So Bim just carries his whimsy around with him in his bag.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
Anytime people start joking about food, my brain just goes back to Gauntlet, and food is good. Every time the wizard picks up food, food is good. Oh, that was the line that runs through my head every time.
All right. Everybody ready?
Yep. Yeah.
Good.
Aye, aye, Captain.
You packing up, you continue your way south through the jungle, and the canopy grows thicker and thicker still, moving down, and soon, about 500 feet, now that the light is almost entirely shadow, just with ambient sun lighting the way, you begin to see the tiniest strands of silken web above. Nothing too alarming just yet. Just a few, then a few more. The intensity gets more and more. And 500 feet ahead, it's numerous and fine. The canopy is strewn about with these strands of silken web.
Ordis will put on his glove as you start to walk into the web.
I let Mortis go in front so that all the cobwebs hit him in the face and not me.
Yeah. As you get about 30 feet into the thickened area, there is this start as this body drops down, and you see this lightly green-skinned creature land, still suspended in the web. And they kind of move back and forth as if guiding the web. They carry this long bone spear. For them, anyway, they're roughly 3 feet in height, in thick purple cloth. Cover themselves in like dyed web, and they hold a humanoid skull attached to vines ahead of them, lit from within with a purple light. They smile with two long rows of teeth, their yellow eyes going around each of you, Trespassers. Welcome. Not so welcome. Hey, trespassers.
Why does everybody call us trespassers?
You're in our land. You're passing. Trespassing.
What if we didn't realize we were trespassing?
Then we're ignorant trespassers.
Yeah. Anyway, you are in the kingdom of Queen Dryrot. Should you want safe passage, you must pay.
How much?
See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 700 gold.
I don't think I have 700 gold.
I've still got the 150.
I can pay for mine.
I have 58 gold.
Oh no, you picked up gold from the last one time. What was it?
I got it. I think maybe. 143.
Oh. I'm not trying to renegotiate. I'm just curious what you use gold for out in the jungle.
No, we do negotiations with nearby towns.
Oh,
Makes sense.
what do they trade you for the gold?
Food supplies, their lives occasionally. It's fine.
All right, so that's what 100 gold per person.
Mhm.
Yep.
All right, everybody cool with that?
I only have 58 gold.
No, you have an extra 143
Oh,
that you got from birodin.
From when you fought the dragon.
all right.
Oh.
Totally didn't talk to you
Those
about this.
times.
Oh, Bim.
Yeah, so I don't know what I have, Matt, because I just have the starting amount.
Okay.
I forgot to ask you about it.
You would have 500.
Okay.
Oh,
Sure.
wait, no, it was in my other pouch. There. 100.
And I am broke again.
All right. Is everyone able to give 100 then?
I can
I
cover
do.
half of a series.
Nah, it's fine.
She's saying she's broke after she pays.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I am broke again. That's what I'm saying.
But since we are trespassing, it seems reasonable to pay a fee, I suppose.
I guess so.
would recommend maybe putting signs out where your land starts so that people know, hey, this is not free land. You have to pay if you come here.
It's a good idea.
Kind of looks at the webs. We thought that was a really good sign.
Not a lot of
Oh.
people, understand webs. So maybe a
Oh.
sign in the common tongue that says, trespassers beware or be prepared to pay. In gold or
Yeah.
your life, maybe.
Yeah, I don't.
Just a suggestion. It's your home.
That's not,
However you
that's
want to
not
do it.
bad. That's not bad.
Maybe you
Yeah.
could use the web to write it.
Oh,
Oh,
That's
that would
perfect.
Look sick.
That would.
yes.
I'm
Okay,
sure
so-
you could put in some crocheting or knitting skills into that, right?
I thought it was croquet.
Was it? What?
Oh! that makes more sense now.
So what does the 100 gold give me?
It gives you passage through our lands, and we will not. We allow you passage to go through.
Okay, and your lands do not intercept with your own lands, right?
What?
Once we get through your lands, am I about to go into another part of your lands?
Oh,
That's a
I
great
see.
question.
I see. The meaning, if we leave these lands, do we have to pay more toll when we get to another part of your lands?
Oh. Well, this is a contiguous setup. We don't scam.
Oh,
We highway rob. We don't scam. No.
I only have to ask because it's a contractual thing with me.
Okay.
okay. So what if we need to come back through here?
Nah, that would be another toll.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Do you have like an annual rate if we?
You have a park
Well,
pass?
I mean, I guess if you would do 250 each up front, we could take your blood and I could contain it in several skulls, and those would be a forever marker, and you would glow with the permission of the queen whenever you were here. So we'd know, hey, these guys, they paid.
oh. Can we take a rain check on that?
How much to meet Queen Dryrot?
To meet the queen.
Perhaps we could do the queen a favor in lieu of payment.
I mean, negotiate. So you want to see if there's a job essentially you could do.
Right, a task that needs doing that might not have time to do yourselves.
In order for free passage for
Forever.
gotta give us a good one.
Give me.
Well, for our
Kind of
lifetime.
shakes the skull. And let's just hold on. I gotta...
Magic
Reception's not always really good over here. Oh,
Gotcha.
Greta! Oh, like what? My queen. We've got a situation. People are wondering. They would like lifetime passage for a task from you. There's 7. They're willing to pay otherwise, but they were just wondering if they could always, what's that? Forever pass. There's a moment.
Yeah.
Bring him in. Oh, okay. Yeah. And whistles, and there's this 20-foot spider that kind of climbs down from the trees. You look, and on its legs, there's massive axes and blades that are reaching out that seem to be used as it could like walk by and slice open creatures. Just... He gets on it, and riding on it are 5 other goblins, like all armed. And he moves himself. All right. Just look up. You should be able to see us. We'll be up there, and we'll take you to Queen Dryrot. Right.
Awesome.
Man, so I just really like the idea that their area is maybe all of like 50 feet, like in a circle, and we just happen to go through it.
Oh, gosh.
Because they're all small creatures.
Matt, I was going to ask, being familiar with the Riff and Mist jungles from my past, would I know anything about Queen of Dry Rock?
You don't. This is, I mean, it is a jungle, and as you know, the pathway through isn't very linear. If you're looking for Neuterpak, as soon as you kind of think that's where you want to go, the jungle makes very little sense directionally. As it moves and winds itself to engage you. And so...
I must say, that is a very talented spider.
No, that's right. This is Betsy. She's good.
I mean, I've only seen spiders with like 4 weapons, I mean, that's a lot.
Oh,
Did you spend a lot of time training her?
Yeah, actually, I trained her from when she was this big. It's
Oh.
I tell you what she's good at. You know what, we claimed this area once, and we trained her so she can run through groups of people and cut them as she goes.
That's really smart.
That's a very, very good skill to have.
Okay, so where exactly are we going? Are we going up a tree?
Will you follow me? Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Thought we were having a conversation all about the business,
No,
and it's fine. It's
that was
fine.
above
My
table,
bad.
but it's
Let's
okay.
go. And
No, that was above table, but okay.
Okay. Sorry, that's fine. And walking you through the trees, they're moving through in the canopy, and you're following along below. You also see on this there's like all these cages of these very strange like creatures, like swarms of them almost ready to be launched at people. It seems like a very big like war creature that's been trained and outfitted. As it moves along, and you soon come to something that is more there is a series of 7 ladders that are on the ground that lead up to one landing, and from what you can tell, it looks like there is essentially the city built entirely out of spider webbing, but on top of the webbing itself there's been set leaves like stuck onto it, presumably to prevent like the residents thereof being stuck. But around it is almost like an entire orb or globe of web to kind of protect it from kind of invasion by predators or that type of thing. And so you're able to walk through a small opening into this larger, essentially web dome of a city.
And as we're going, can you, sorry, real quick, re-describe to me what the person leading us looks like?
Yes. So they essentially are a small goblin, and they, the green skin, they themselves have like dyed purple web clothes on. They carry like a skull lantern with like a large bone spear.
Pardon me real quick. Does your queen prefer that visitors bow before her when they arrive?
Yeah, that's exactly what she prefers, yeah.
Okay, just want to make sure.
What's your name?
I am servant of Grunter Gyrat.
Servant of Gritton. Okay. Servant.
Like, well, yeah, they usually call us you, Scully. Grunter has a name. We don't always have a lot of name. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, you remember that name that you were saying that didn't sound right? What was it? Grog? Maybe we could call you Grog.
Call me Grog. Sure, you can call me Grog.
Yeah.
Makes it easier for you.
I think Grog would go is better for you than that one dude, the Sir
Frog? I don't know if you call me Frog. That sounds like a meal.
No, Grog.
Grog. Okay.
Grog.
2 R's. Grog.
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 An apostrophe.
Now it's Elvin.
Never mind.
Grog. Grog. sorry. I keep forgetting that I'm not muted.
You should be unmuted more.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna mute myself.
It's the equivalent of that was my outside voice, wasn't it?
So, just some time they take you to. So as you enter this, they lead you. They beckon you come up the ladders, and they're amidst this kind of canopy village of spiderweb. There is a. I see the goblins running around doing all types of things, even blacksmithing and whatnot. And there is a blue-dyed building that that grog on the spider leads you to. It's wide enough for the spider to enter. What's going on? And they're sitting. Well, really, they're crouching on this spiderweb throne. Look, have what seems to be a big piece of raw meat. Bone is another goblin. She has this long, like, kind of greasy yellow hair, and she's picking at, kind of picking with her nails at this meat, and then, like, kind of scratches her back, and she puts her foot in her, with her toenails, picks up another piece and shoves it into her mouth with her foot, and looks at you and, hi! You wanted a lifetime pass?
Yep.
Greetings, and I'll bow.
That's amazing. Yeah. And who are you?
We are the
Hello,
menagerie.
I'm Bim.
And this is Bim.
Bim. Hello, Bim. The menagerie, Bim. And Bim. Menagerie and Bim. Menagerie and Bim. Bim. And I don't know. Excellent. Let's see. Lifetime to go through our territory means you should help us enlarge our territory, yes?
If we're able.
Enlarge it where?
Oh, well, let's see. Don't you want to go any more south? Things get weird. You know, we tried to build web things on south, and then we found, like, they weren't connected, and it was weird, so... East or west is the question, I guess.
I think you should go east.
East? Or go east.
East.
You got it. So east. Yeah. That's actually really easy. There's just 4 people who kind of control that area of the jungle. If you could just get rid of them, we'll be good.
What do you know about these 4 people?
They're very big.
Are they bigger than Rengar?
I'm Ringar, by the way.
You're Rengar. Yes.
Are they bigger than Mortis?
That's more.
Still, yes.
What's west?
The 4 people.
They're everywhere?
Oh, you mean east, west. Sorry, with east to west. No, the west. If we go to the west, yeah, that would be 5 people west.
Smaller people?
Maybe I don't. I've never measured them back to back.
Are the people to the west, the 5 people, larger than Moridus and I?
Yes, they are.
So 4 large people or 5 large people?
Yes.
Do you mind if I do some painting around here?
Yeah, that'd be great. But it's up to you.
Okay. I'm gonna go start painting.
I lean in towards Rengar. Rengar, isn't this... We're gonna help them overtake other people?
Well, how we do it is up to us. I figure so long as they're able to extend their borders, the how of it's done might not be so important. Doesn't mean we have to harm these people. Maybe we can convince them to move elsewhere.
Well, I mean, how much land are they talking about? I mean, they're significantly smaller. Would 20 feet do?
Well, I imagine if the 4 or 5 people occupying land are moved, the land that is vacant is sufficient. Whatever that happens to be.
I'd like to do a kind of a stealth check here to see if I can spot anything are going on around me. Like, I know what you said about them kind of working in here, but do I see anything interesting when I kind of start looking at areas?
I can make a
stealthily?
perception check, and I mean, what are you thinking when you're saying interesting?
Things that don't look like they belong here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
So perception.
Yes.
And what was the queen's name again?
14.
Brenta?
Yeah, Grenta Dry Rot.
Dry Rot, that news.
Yeah, there's kind of contained in the webs, like in multiple layers. There are you see swords. There's some armor. There's other goods, like even chairs. Looks like a few big crates, like maybe 5 foot by 5 foot crate, or sorry, 3 foot by 3 foot crates. Different goods. There's actually a fair amount of gold that's kind of set within the webs, and kind of gives this glittering thing view as the light kind of diffuses around.
Is all the gold from Taldore?
For the most part. I mean, I think you might find a different mixture there, but it seems to be primarily Taldore.
All right.
Sayuri is wanting to get one of her spoons back from Rowan and is going to cast Mage Hand and try and get it out of his pack.
Sensing a kind of, I think, kind of a resistance on your end. They kind of go, there's that. So, not directly west or east. There's some land a little to the south. I think it's out of the weirdness. If you would like to clear it of a certain predator, if people aren't your thing.
What's the predator look like?
Oof. They can look in different colors, but for the most part, they're white-furred and skinned. Big fangs.
Ew.
They got horns, but all white. Two tails. Kind of like a big white panther or two-tailed creature.
Big white panther, two-tailed creature.
I'd like to see that.
Is it just one of these creatures, or are there many of them?
Well, there's a few.
I see.
I mean, not many, but again, if you go to that area, it's more like your prey.
Whoa.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm sure. Or if Eric could use a fur coat.
Um,
Then we'll switch to Goblin and say, Great Queen, what is this weirdness that you speak of? To the south. You said there's weirdness. What is
oh
it?
yeah. Yeah, so the weirdness, they you just end up going different directions. We ran a line of web straight through like 1,000 feet. And then when we looked back, it was split up into strands of like 25 to 120, some of them 2,000 feet apart.
Oh,
It, like moves.
like maybe the trees move?
Yeah, or the
and
space, it
witches.
just expands. And what makes a straight line 1 minute doesn't make a straight line the next. It's anyway, I mean, I think our whole city would fall apart.
That does sound like that would definitely be a problem for your city. You were wise not to expand to the south.
Thank you.
You're a wise queen.
Okay, so either 5 large people, 4 large people, or critters that want
Yes, we call them light benders.
light benders.
Ooh.
Can I make a nature check to see if I can figure out what they're talking about?
Sure.
That's a 16.
Not really heard of that before. And by what they're describing, I almost wonder if it's a unique type of creature to the jungle.
I have to say that I'm with Sayuri on seeing these. Oh, sorry. I was speaking in Goblin. Now I'm back to Common. So I'm with Sayuri about seeing these creatures because I don't think I've ever seen them before. I mean, we don't have to get Revere a fur coat or anything, but I would at least like to see them.
So is the deal to see them, or is the deal to kill them?
I'm just saying that I would like to see them. I don't want to speak for the menagerie. Is that right? What do you do? I mean, we would have to lure them out of their home, I think, to get a new coat.
I mean, that's kind of what we do. You know,
Okay.
regardless, though, if we're agreeing to do something, I'm going to see this through. You should all know
makes
that.
sense.
So if we agree to go kill a bunch of people, there can be no change of heart when we get there.
Well, we don't necessarily need to kill anyone. We just need to move them from the space.
All I'm saying is, whatever we agree to do, I have to see it through.
Well, then why don't we just say never mind and pay the toll if we ever have to come through here?
We can also do that.
You're like, sorry, can't help you. This is above table.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like we can just say, you know what? Never mind.
Above table, the reason why Dizzy's saying that, in case people don't know, is she has to honor any agreement she makes.
Yes.
Yeah, Dizzy's in a Fey transformation rule cycle. So she has, as part of her royalty and some other benefits she gets, she has certain things that she must do.
Okay.
So that's kind of just some of her transformation rules.
Okay. But I'm just saying above table, like, we don't have to do any of this.
Yeah. I'll also say above table, if you keep avoiding attacks, just know that you're avoiding them. Like combats. Dude, counters.
I mean,
It's fine.
I'm. So Dizzy would say to the group, "I'll go along with whatever we agree. I just wanted to make that very clear."
Well, the other thing is that we now know what possibly lies before us, no matter which direction we pick, and we have to go somewhere in order to find this city. So we're going to encounter one of these three things either way.
Yeah, we got to go south anyway.
Well, then
Yes.
let's just
South
head.
into the weird.
Let's just head south, and if we ever come through here again, hope we have enough gold to pay the toll.
Well,
Mortis,
I mean,
what do you think? Because this is kind of your home, sort of.
given what this area is, we kind of end up taking different routes through the jungle every time. So I think the likelihood we trespass on these grounds again is low.
unless, well, I might be misunderstanding, but unless this jungle keeps leading us back here intentionally.
There is that possibility.
And in that case, it would be nice to have the Forever Pass.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think we go south, since we need to go that way anyway. And if we can help them expand their territory, it works in our favor.
Mortis, how close are we to going where we're going?
Well, we're in the right area.
Because if we expand south, then that could, cause you problems.
Oh, I don't think we're that close. If we were that close, we would find what we're looking for, I think.
Okay.
We could be very specific on what she wants done. Then we would know for sure.
Exactly. That I am more than happy to do.
Your Majesty, in resolving this issue, do the adversaries have to die, or do we have other options that we could use? Could we try and convince them to move, or lure them away with tasty treats? Is that the requirement? to
Late.
tolerate your-
The Lightbringers I need killed. They're going to reclaim their territory, and they would cause problems. I don't. Even if you led them away momentarily, I think.
What if we were to tame them?
Thinks about it. Make a persuasion check.
I don't know if that's even going to be possible, but sure.
Got it.
11.
I mean, they seem territorial. I don't know if they would work well. The other two groups, if they agree and agree forever, a forever agreement, forever pass, forever death, forever pass. Forever would be operative. So you promise to take care of those issues forever.
That sounded like multiple.
Whatever issue you choose.
Gotcha.
Oh, what about this? What if we pay you the gold now for passage, but if we're able to resolve linear problems, you then refund our gold, and then we get the forever pass?
Make a persuasion check.
That's an 8.
Retroactive guidance that I don't have.
So, okay. I will say we would refund 100 gold. Or you pay 700 gold. We let you go freely. And every day you don't take care of the problem is 100 gold off your refund.
So it only takes a day to get there.
Oh. Takes less than that.
Oh.
This is just, he's trying to hedge his bets. So this was because you're kind of like, what if we pay, and then if we have the chance, we can take care of this. That is when they're putting more of the time thing on there. Otherwise, they're willing to trust that you will do what you say you're going to do. And even that's just the refund. You could still not do it if you pay the gold. They just wouldn't refund you. They would just give you the forever pass potentially after.
I think the less complicated thing is to pay the fee.
Didn't we already pay it?
No, we haven't paid it yet.
We haven't
They bought
paid
us
the
for
forever.
fee.
We have to pay 700 right now.
I already removed that from my inventory.
Oh,
Yeah, same.
I thought we paid that up front.
You said you were going to. Then y'all began negotiations.
Oh.
Do
This is a
what?
whole. They were about to let you go. That was a whole other thing. So you still have the option of if you know to leave the 700 gold, it can go. They're going to be good here.
Okay, so we don't have to pay an extra 700?
No, just the base 700 is for this passage.
Oh, okay.
If there's like the forever whatever, they want to forever expand their territory in order to give you a forever pass. Is the way that they're thinking.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm okay.
Counteroffer.
Hold.
Yes, Siri.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Okay, Dizzy.
We pay you the money. And if we take care of the west, the east, and the south, you agree to help us reclaim the Feywilds.
Make a persuasion check.
Guidance that I don't have.
Never gets old.
I'd have to touch her.
It would be obvious the spell was
Nope,
weak.
that's a 3. Charismatic menagerie continues.
Okay.
Let's try and talk our way. Never mind. We're bad at that.
She pauses and so. You expand our territory in all 3 ways. And we will entertain a further deal. Plus,
I'm going to insight this, but go ahead.
okay. Give you one of our relics.
Did she say relic?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Okay, I'm going to insight that. Nope, that's 12.
No, it's not the worst.
Well, not the worst, no, I guess.
I mean, what are you looking for with the insight?
Well, based on what she just said, I'm curious if she even has, if these are the relics that I think she's talking about, and whether or not she's serious about entertaining the offer.
I mean, she's serious about entertaining it. I would say you get that because she's just been fairly honest and straightforward this entire time.
Gotcha.
Kind of. So she's just been very like It's almost like she just doesn't have time for deception. She'll either threaten or what, like they kind of like, we'll kill you, give us money. Like they just don't have that within them. They're very much like, just what our deal is. Now she says a relic. What that relic is, it's a relic to her. What she believes a relic is, which could be very different than what you think a relic is.
Right.
Yeah, she said it in Sylvan, so you don't know. It could be.
Well, just again, just her culture, her general thing, where she's coming from, what she considers a relic of her people.
Okay. I would just say in response to that, given my authorities, I can only make deals that have a guarantee. But I will leave it at that.
I think going this, then this. For the Lightbringers, you bring us all their hides. For the large people, each one has a magical thing. Big. One has a stone. One has a fire that always burns. You retrieve both, though one from each, in your conquering of them, or you're driving them out on the go, whatever you do. So you bring us the hides, the stone, the fire. And we will join your battle.
All right, above table, just checking in with the group. What do they think about that?
Above table, being it was Dizzy who made the proposition in the first place, Ringar is going to defer to her on who she wants to hire to help with the Feywild. Or maybe not hire, but entreat to aid in reclaiming the Feywild.
I'm just thinking it might be difficult to get them to leave behind their magical artifacts without killing them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll say you're likely going to have to kill them if you want these magical artifacts or something pretty crazy.
Right.
I was negotiating. They're not going to negotiate away from them. Just so as players, you know what you're getting into.
Right. Bobby, you're muted.
There was just a bunch of cuss words after that.
So, above board, I'm cool with it. Bim is sort of like, oh, look, new places I've never seen before already. We just started, so let's go. And Bim is the Feywild's home, so whoever we can get to help.
Yeah. I also say above table just because it's important for me to know what everyone's agreeing to. Those each one could be anywhere from 1 to 2 sessions, I'd assume. Just so you kind of get like the length of what you might be doing.
Okay.
Which is, just so it's up to you.
Well, I was kind of expecting that as soon as we went for one of them, we'd find Yodel Pak and have to just skip all this. So. That's real. That's real right there. That's real.
Somebody's tired of painting new minis for Bobby.
Wow. I mean, it's really awesome that I had a new character right after specifically said she was getting tired of painting. I apologize.
above table, I would presume that Dizzy would do what's best for getting the Feywild back, and as a menagerie, I think we would all fall right behind.
Yeah.
I think the person who wouldn't fall behind left the game last session.
Siri? Courtney?
Muted.
Speaking Sylvan.
It's a quieter night.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, whatever.
Well, one foot in front of the other for the moment. Let's go south and see where that takes us, and if we think we can do more, then we cross that bridge when we come to it.
Hold on, I thought we were mid-conversation between Dizzy and
Brenda.
Greta.
Yeah, I would say just Grant at this point is looking for to seal the deal, is looking for a promise and agreement right now. Whether you fulfill that within a week is the time frame is a little less important to her, but she is like looking for you to give your word for this. Rather, we might join your war type of deal, and it's like that's not necessarily an open offer.
I'll just nod to Dizzy.
It was like is bouncing. Like, okay, whatever. Let's go. I really want to.
Okay, I'm only making this agreement if I feel like everybody's on board, and I'm not sure if everybody is. So I'm going to, as a character, turn down the offer.
All right. That's good. Yeah. So we'll turn down this one. I will say also in the future, I think, because this came up in I think my last game too. I think when people ask, they're really looking for yeses and full-hearted ones. And anything less than that kind of makes people nervous because they don't want to put 7 or 6 people along like something that they just want. So
then yes.
Well, I think the decision's made at this point based on some stuff. But I'll say in the future, this is one thing, unless Jay, if you differently. But
nope.
Cool. So, okay. It goes, all right. Little, I would say she seems irritated at all of this. Kind of like you wasted her time. She's like,
yeah. So I think Dizzy, in true Dizzy fashion, will be like, just checking.
Yeah.
Kind of go back to what she was doing.
Hey, your painting's nice. We needed paint. And kind of gold. Very demanding at this point. And or said you'd have it. The gold's there. Goes, okay, leave.
So should we just pay the money?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and give my 100 gold.
All right.
I deducted 9.
Two.
So south we go.
South.
Okay.
Is it dark at this point since it was sunset earlier?
It did take you some time. It's getting definitely close to sunset. I would say as you push through this territory, which is fairly expansive, you quickly travel, and they even go as far as to leave you, partially because it seems the queen just wants you out now. Just like, because, she found that a little irritating. It would take you a few hours to fully, like they have like a 5-mile territory. It does it's a good 2 hours to fully push through into, I would say, more of the night jungle. Because it doesn't seem like they're overly into you staying there. But you get into the dark jungle and you can make camp for the night.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. I'll go ahead and do the Heroes Feast then.
Tiny hut. Joel casted.
And what does Heroes Feast give us again? I forgot.
I've got to roll it. It's a 2d10. So your maximum HP, your maximum increases by 2d10. I'm going to roll that. And you also get those hit points. So it's not a temp HP. Your max goes up for 24 hours. And that will be 10. So everybody gets 10 added on to whatever they have.
Just realizing that 10 max HP would have kept me from going down totally.
I'm sorry.
I was like 8 HP from being able to stay standing. But okay, and we also get some resistance to fear or something like that.
Oh
Immunity,
yeah,
fear,
we get
what do you
advantage. Let me read this again because it's been a while since I've done it. So, cured of all disease and poisons. So that tea we drink is now gone. We're immune to poison and being frightened, and we make wisdom saving throws with advantage. They last for 24 hours.
So, something we might consider. They mentioned that the distance where these creatures make their home can be tricky, and that it can change in length, which means, well, it might be easy for us to get separated with rather quickly. One of us could be 100 feet away 1 minute and then 20 feet closer the next. I don't know exactly how it works. It's just something to keep in mind. And they said that even if it did it to their webbing, so even if we tried to tie ourselves together, it would separate the rope, I think. It might be up to those that can use communication through magical means to keep track of everyone.
I think I'm the only one that has any type of messaging.
No pressure.
Does he have sending?
I don't think so.
I've got sending as a 3rd level.
I just wanted us to keep that in mind. And also that if that happens in combat, it could separate you and one of these creatures from everyone else. You would be on your own against it. I'm not giving the DM ideas. I just want to point that out.
What's a DM?
One of the deities that behind the divine gate deals in chance and favor, and
He's the hand of God, the Dark Messiah. The vengeance one.
The great one.
I thought that was the art department.
Actually, I am a follower of the art department myself.
I am definitely a follower of the vengeful one.
I guess what I really wanted to boil down to is that I think we're really going to need to watch out for one another in here more, as best we can. I know we do a pretty good job of that. We're really going to have to pay attention this time. It'll be dangerous.
Yeah.
Matt, would Mortis have any sense of how this would work with a traveling party, having navigated the jungle before?
Make a history check.
Oh, good. I'm great at those. Not really. Oh, that's not bad. 17.
Mm-hmm. You've heard tales of this. And ultimately, for you and your people going to and forth, the jungle knows you, and thus usually opens, so you don't have to traverse too many challenges unless it needs to test you for some reason. But with a huge group like this, the jungle will test you until satisfied. And if not satisfied, ultimately you'll find yourself on the southern shore of Todori.
Oh,
Jesus.
not all. Just makes me think of like a nightclub where you have to get a stamp to get in. We just do the trick where you like rub your hands together and.
Yeah, so it's definitely not guaranteed. There is this idea of can you know what does it look like to get through this?
I'm more wondering about, are we likely to have us get suddenly separated?
All the separated stuff. Generally speaking, if you're close together, so you're not going to be 5 feet apart and then be separated from what you know. But again, you're not to try to make anything here that is. What you would know is that it depends. Now that, and I swear I'm not making this up. Now that it's probably been said, it might be tested. Because that's how the jungle works.
Right. It's a test of, so it might do that as part of one of its tests.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, the jungle ultimately tests. I think it's the best thing to do.
Okay. Fair enough.
I would like to be tested in a cake eating contest.
Would you like some more puzzles with that
cake? Which cake is not poisoned?
It doesn't matter. We had a hero's feast.
Oh my goodness.
The jokes have been abundant this session.
I just can't.
As we're settling into the tiny hut, I'm just gonna step off to one side, and I've got both breastplates in front of me, and just commune.
Okay. Okay.
Mortis is watching intently.
It's nighttime in the middle of the jungle. I can't see anything.
There's light inside the tiny hut.
That's nice.
It's dim light, but there is light.
Yeah. It's so hard to sleep in that. So you concentrate as you do your ritual to commune. And soon the light of the hut is there. But past your circle that you've prepared is darkness. Everything fades away. And then an eye of purple opens within the darkness. Another of white and blue and pink, cyan, and all multitudes of shades and colors. Over 1,000 now eyes surround you, looking in on you. Waiting. You've got the attention. You're muted.
He knew you. Was he an old foe?
The voices speak. Growls and hisses and chattering and squealing, somehow making their way into words. He was an old friend, but a new foe.
That doesn't make sense. How is he a friend and now a foe?
Feel, given that this was not a yes or no question, doesn't answer.
Did he deserve to die?
I don't think so. But you're not my slave.
Does that make us the bad guys?
Exandria is violence and tooth and claw. Those with power making decisions for those weaker than themselves. Only survivors get to decide if they were good or evil in the end. For themselves, otherwise they'll be killed by those who think they were evil or good. I don't traffic in such things.
What do you traffic?
That's 3 questions. And the eyes, one by one, shut. And you're left there again.
And I'll just stay there in reflection.
All right. Anything else?
At some point before we go to bed, I think Rowan's going to try to pickpocket a spoon back from Sayuri.
Nice. Make a sleight of hand check.
Okay. 14.
15. I didn't go. Sarah, you just sort of waken to a spoon being moved out of your pocket.
She'll snatch it and put it back in her pocket.
Soup? Unsure what to say.
Fresh out, sorry. And she'll close her eyes again.
Damn it.
Right at the beginning, just for maybe 10 minutes before giving up, because there's not enough light to see, I'll just round off some of the edges of the carving.
Okay. And you would have light to see because it is dim light in here.
Okay.
But yeah, you can begin working on the carvings some more.
Mortis would wait till morning, but when morning comes around, he would have a conversation with Ervir.
So, do you all set watches, or do you go to sleep at the same time? Just trying to figure out how you all work this.
Oh, I'm aware of everything all the time.
That has to be annoying.
Yeah, it kind of is. Especially when people try to steal my spoons. I only need 4 hours of not really sleep, trance. You know how Eladrin
Yeah.
work, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So, I'm good.
Do other people watch while you're in trance, or do you just trance and then watch the whole time?
Sometimes they watch, sometimes they don't. I guess it just depends on the area we're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'll stay up and watch a little bit with you during your trance time.
Oh, thank you.
Trip, let's have a little bit of tea that's caffeinated. I need to stay awake a little bit longer.
What? Teapot. Boop, boop. Shh.
Just drop some caffeinated, like, black tea in there.
Very good. Very nice.
Wasn't Mortis wanting to talk to Ervir?
Yeah, in the morning. I just want to make sure everybody has a chance to wrap up stuff before
Yeah.
night.
Yeah.
So,
In the morning, go ahead.
so Mortis will just sit down beside Ervir and Ervir, you seem to be our specialist in the religious.
I mean, I'm a cleric. I don't know how special I can be. But what's up? How are you feeling?
I've never prayed before. Would you teach me?
It's just like you're talking to somebody. Sometimes they'll talk back. Sometimes they won't. But they're always listening.
That makes sense.
Isn't that what you and Rengar do when you sit by yourselves and shut your eyes?
It's not prayer so much as meditation. It's more reflecting on self and the energies in the world around us rather than on a being.
Seems like you pray to nature. But you have been praying.
Perhaps it could be viewed that way.
There are many gods over many domains, and somebody's always listening to it.
I am aware of a god that was revered specifically by the people of Neardale Park. In conversations I had with the sheriff, it seems that that god has been active in my life more so than I realized.
Was that the observer you mentioned?
Yes. The sheriff described this observer as, well, described a being that looks like the observer as the person that paid bail to get me out of the jail when I was taken into Sober Up. So
sounds like you were meant for bigger things.
Seems that way. Alright, well, I shall try this talking thing. Though I feel perhaps a more private venue might be appropriate.
Call to him. Call to him in your mind.
More the soul. Just close his eyes. And just say out loud, observer, you've watched over me. I'm sure of that. But you've been at work in bigger ways. More closely than I knew. I wonder what you would think of our attack on this dragon called Shadowwing.
All of you hear the sound of a rushing river. As the dome fades, it seems you are now camped beside one. It runs 500 feet south before going under a large rocky formation, at least 1,000 feet high, with thorns and brambles growing all upon. Looking to your west and east, you don't see where it ends. But the river probably comes out somewhere to the south once it goes under.
That wasn't here last night. What's that?
Maybe it was. Maybe it was just sleeping. That's why it was really quiet.
Oh,
Maybe it was a sleepy
maybe.
river.
It is a sleepy river.
Well, it's not sleepy now. But it was last night, I think.
That makes a lot of sense.
Does it?
Renguard their fate.
Right.
I mean, it's also possible, like, the Goblin Queen said this is some of the weird that happens around here, where things are not where they're
Yeah,
supposed to be.
that's true. That too. Oh, I like the idea that it was tired, though.
I would wait for Ringar to be alone for just a brief second.
In the morning, before the dome was even down, he was doing his morning katas that he does every morning that he learned from Siwavanya at the temple. Outside it's outside the dome, so it might be a little more dangerous, but there's not enough room inside. But he would be alone-ish.
Okay. Dizzy would approach him that morning when preferably no one was around. And she would just kind of say, Ringar.
Good morning, Dizzy.
We never talk.
Not in a while.
Not ever.
There was once. We were walking on a river. Before Singorn.
I just realized something.
What did you realize?
I hardly know you.
Oh. What would you like to know?
Well,
I bring up my background details.
Well, I've just been watching you, and the others, I've noticed they defer to you a lot.
If that's true, I will take your word for it. I hadn't noticed, but that sounds like that's a lot of pressure when you say it like that.
It is. Believe me. I know something about pressure. That's the thing when you're kind of thrust into a position that you didn't ask for. Suddenly everybody expects things of you. And they watch you. They watch how you behave. They watch what you say. They listen to you. They expect things of you. But you know something, Ringar? I expect nothing of you.
Oh. Thank you.
Mean that in a good way.
Oh. Well, I do like the idea of not putting expectations on others. Not intentionally, anyway. But perhaps not an expectation, but I do like to rely on others that I trust, and whose company I enjoy, and who I care about.
So, what did you think of our last battle?
I think that there came a point when it was either us or the dragon. And at that point, a hard decision had to be made, and it was one of survival. But before that, there are a lot of unknowns. Having had a few days to reflect on it, like many of us have, we don't know enough. We're trying, but I don't think we know enough about the Shadowfell, about what's causing the Shadowfell to bleed into the Feywild, about what's necessary to balance that. And until we know more, we are going to make many more uninformed decisions, and it will be much harder to make the right ones. Did we do what was best and right in our last battle? Probably not, but in the end, we did what we had to survive.
Maybe I worded my question wrong.
Hmm.
I don't really care why we did what we did. I mean, us or them, we'll fight, we'll kill. Totally on board. It was mostly the after that's confusing.
Is there a specific part?
Well, the part where we started stabbing the corpse and taking the flesh and wearing it.
I see.
Is that a moral thing, or is that more of a necessity?
It was interesting. Well, interesting might be the wrong word, but to me, it was not unfamiliar. Growing up where I did, high in the mountains, we had to kill larger game to survive. You spoke to Ferdinand about it. But even before then, when I was with my tribe, we hunted together and we killed large game, and when it was done, we thought it sacred in a way to take everything that that creature could offer in order for us to survive. That creature died. And so we took its pelt, and we took its bones, and we took its meat, and we used all of it. We made our tents, our clothes, our weapons. Their death allowed us to survive, and we were very grateful for it. We were grateful to them.
Yeah. How much did I tell you about Rumbleguard?
You mentioned that you met him in a tavern, and that you went to play a trick. You went to his home to play a trick, and that in the end his son died, and that he blames you and Fae of all kinds for his son's death, and that his current path in life stems from that.
Right. Did I tell you about the time he caught me?
Before meeting us? No.
Well, he did.
Oh.
Locked me up. Made me watch. He skinned Fae. Took their horns and their wings. And he would do things with them. I think he was saving me for last. And I think when we were with the dragon, I saw Rumbleguard. I don't know why, but I feel this intense hatred for Urivir. And I know that Urivir is a good person, but I can't get it out of my head.
I have a slight shift in perspective you might consider, if you'd like to hear it.
Yes.
When you told me about Rumbleguard, you said that despite what you had done to his son, and now knowing despite what he did to your kind and your family, you wanted to save him. Or to help him save himself.
I remember.
Maybe you're of Vera's practice. Maybe if you can find out what it takes from you to help Uravir, then it would be a test, a trial for you before facing Rumbleguard.
That's a good point. I think I see why people defer to you, Ringar.
It's very kind.
I'm going to give it a shot.
If I can help in any way, please let me know.
Of course. And I think Dizzy would leave that conversation. And whenever she passes by Urivir next, she'll pat him on the shoulder and says, I'm going to try to forgive you. And say nothing else and keep on walking. No context.
At some point before we leave, I will step away from the group, though. I'm just gonna dig a hole, and I'm gonna just bury the armor, and just sit quietly saying a couple words in my head, in honor of Freytel's old friend.
And while that, while that's happening, Theory is going to look at Ben and look at the river and be like, I want to try something. You want to, if this works, you want to grab my stuff?
Sure.
And I'm going to try and face step out of my clothes into the river.
That's what you want to do?
I just want to see if it works.
I mean,
I'm just going to face step out of my clothes and then, like, make myself into a ball and cannonball into the river.
fair enough.
Bim will collect her clothes.
How cold is the river?
It is actually fairly warm.
Ooh.
It's nice and it's tropical and cooling. As you go under, you do hear whispers. And you don't feel like they're talking to you, but more like they're talking to one another, different voices. How could you? Why would you throw this in my face? You don't deserve me or anyone.
I'll come out of the river, pop, and be like, I don't know what's happening, but this river is arguing with itself. It's like really mad at itself. I don't know what's happening.
It did go from a sleeping river to a raging river, so it makes sense
Yeah,
that it's arguing with itself, probably.
that's true.
It'll probably come to a standstill when it hits a lake, though.
Probably. I just wanted to see if this worked. I'll just walk back out.
It did work. Here's
yeah.
your clothes.
Woohoo! I'll just walk out and grab my clothes and just put them on, still dripping wet.
So Dizzy's about to go put her head in the river to check it out. If she sees Urvir without the armor, though, she'll kind of smile at him, not really say anything, and just kind of then go stick her head in the river.
Bim was on the way as well to do the same.
That was refreshing. Guys, this water feels good.
Bim will pull his head out. Are you sure? I don't hear anything.
If you do put your head in, you do hear a few whispers. Actually,
Oh,
Bim,
correction.
Bim, you don't. Never mind.
Do I?
Nope.
Yes.
I really don't.
Dizzy, you do.
Interesting. Oh, I wonder if the everybody, come stick your head in the river.
Yeah, go stick your head in the river. If I want to see, like,
The talking river?
yes, go listen.
Do we have to ask permission first?
No, just do it. I didn't ask for permission.
Okay.
Yeah, it showed up here. It came to us, so it really wants us to hear what it. Well, not me. It apparently doesn't want me to hear.
Sticking their heads in and pulling them out.
Wait, what language is it in? Am I even going to understand it?
Those in
What-
common.
It was in common.
Okay. I put my head in the river.
You hear these whispers. It's just back and forth of traitor powers. It's all for nothing. What change does it make?
Does the voice sound familiar?
No, because they're not so much tones as it's like that kind of cloggy sound you get when you stick your head, and
Okay.
it's kind of motion. It's so almost sourceless.
Is it just one voice or is it a conversation?
It feels more like a conversation, but like slightly different tones. But again, like it's talking to itself, or it's flowing.
I was going to ask, is it a one-sided conversation? Like, is it like we're hearing one side of the conversation, like somebody in the room is listening to a telephone?
Did Mortis put his head in the water?
Morris will put his head in the water.
Yeah. No. It seems like like it's going back. Like sounds like maybe one side of several conversations.
So Mortis hears this too.
Yes.
Okay. So the only person who cannot hear this is Bim?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It's because Bim's ears didn't go underwater, just the face.
Huh.
What do you think they're talking about?
I don't know. They sound angry though.
Maybe we could talk back, and I'm going to stick my head in there and try to talk in the water. It's like, hello.
There's no response.
Okay.
Did they say anything?
No, nothing different.
Oh. What's this wall? This gigantic wall in front of, like, going that this river leads to.
Well, there's a wall.
Moira
Very-
just grabs Sissy's shoulders and turns her head towards the wall.
Oh,
The river seems to flow under a 1,000-foot mountain or rocky outcropping that goes as far as you can see currently in east and west. With brambles and thorns on top.
We really
Oh.
shouldn't be surprised by caves by now.
Oh, by the way, I stepped 10 feet away from Bim before I face stepped, so he didn't take any fire damage.
Okay, fair enough.
Wait,
I
that was
forgot
a
about that.
possibility.
Yes, I'm in
Summer
summer.
was by fire squirrel.
I'm in summer right now. I forgot that I deal out fire damage in summer. Sorry.
I mean, I'm not an expert by any means, but it does seem to be leading us to that entrance.
yeah.
Well, let's go. I'll start walking.
All right. So to be clear, this goes on the river goes under the cave, as in there's no opening. You'd be underwater completely.
Oh.
Well, I'm just gonna start walking the river towards this wall
Sure.
thing.
You get, and looks very treacherous over, and without any room, the water just goes directly underneath.
Ooh.
So either we climb or we hold our breath.
We could try to fly.
I can't fly.
I can. Stand back.
Okay.
Ooh.
Just jump.
I'm not gonna help in any way this time.
Are your wings just flapping their little hearts out? Like,
Yeah.
She certainly fell with style.
um,
How does it look at least a tiny bit climbable?
It looks would be rough going,
Yeah.
but I mean potentially
You said it was covered in thorns?
thorns and brambles. I mean, it certainly has the look of a painful crossing, but certainly as if you're playing, if you want to attempt this, you certainly can.
Anybody have water breathing?
Did we ever check if those necklaces that let us breathe in the gas or in the powder
Yeah.
dust, like, do those work underwater?
the necklace, you have
Have
advantage
added-
against the rest of the papers. That
Breathe normally in any environment.
I'm stick my head in the water real quick.
Oh, wait. I have water breathing.
Oh yeah.
I
Breathe
can,
only in-
I can cast this.
How does it just cover you, or does it cover the whole group?
Up to 10 willing creatures.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you can ritual cast it.
Yeah, it's a 24-hour spell.
Yeah.
I can
Oh,
ritual
that'd
cast
be
it. Yeah.
nice. We could go underwater and do this.
Yeah, you want to do it?
That sounds like a better plan than that.
Agreed.
You got your
All right.
light spell, right, Irvir?
Who's leading?
Oh, well, first I have to cast it.
All right.
Urvir, can you help me set this up?
Sure.
While I was setting it up, I'm just going to ask, where's your other armor?
It's gotten its burial rights.
It's probably for the best.
What do you need me to do?
Yeah, just help me set this up here. And I just kind of set some things aside here, and then I start ritual casting water breathing.
Okay. Let's say you're able after a few minutes. How does your Fey magic achieve water breathing?
Okay. So she kind of asked everyone to gather around because everybody needs to be in 30 feet. And she starts saying some words in Druidic so that I don't have to say what they are. And as she's speaking, these blue lights start emanating from her quarterstaff, and they just start spreading out into the air, and each of them goes to each person, and they either go into your mouth, your nostrils, or in your snout if you're Moradis, and they just kind of make their way in there, and it just emanates you with a very brief glow that immediately disappears, and you can just breathe in a different way now.
I look on Rowan's neck to see if he has gills. Why aren't there gills? If we're breathing underwater, shouldn't we have gills?
I don't know. I've never cast this before.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, sure. I believe in you. I trust you.
Amazing.
Yeah, Rowan, go check it out. Just try to breathe underwater. See what happens.
Out of curiosity, did sticking my head with the necklace of adaptation allow me to, or did I just?
It would have actually, yeah, you'd have. So now you can still breathe underwater.
Okay. I was just wondering if it's like if Rowan sticks his head in, it's like. Yeah, I take my hat off and immediately shocked there's a spoon in it. Just gonna.
What's your problem, Erwin?
Erwin?
Rowan!
Oh. You forget my name?
Yeah. For the spell to work, we do all have to technically be skinny dipping everyone. So just letting you know. Otherwise,
Skinny
it doesn't
dipping?
work. Yeah.
Oh,
it's the
okay.
Technicality in the spell.
Sayuri's just gonna. She doesn't want to waste another face step, so she'll just start stripping.
I mean, if you all don't need your armor class, I guess that's fine.
It's kind of what the DM's think. He's like, all right, let's go.
Me and Mortis are mostly fine, but
Everybody else.
I just
Lower my armor class by 1.
yeah.
I just look and see nobody else is stripping and be like, "What?"
I don't think he was.
Terry, this is Dizzy. Have you not met?
Have you guys not noticed how gullible Sayuri is? Like, just regularly, like not including the natural one I had last weekend. Like, just regularly. Have you guys not noticed how gullible she is?
Amazing.
I'll put my clothes back on.
So after a brief disrobe and rerobe, you jump into the water.
Mortis would put away his glove so that he had both hands free if
Sure.
he needs them, and would actually pull out his rod of endless light as well.
Okay, so light goes into the very dark water. And
Do we need to tie a rope to everyone? I mean, we don't know that this river doesn't split somewhere down the line and we all go down different paths. Do we need to try and stay together?
I mean, that could happen anyway, but it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, we can try that.
We'll get out some rope, tie it all together, and hope we all stay together in the river.
very good.
We're tying ourselves to like
To one another. One long line. If one of us goes, we all go.
Yep.
Rowan will attach it to underneath his clothes. He's got just a silk rope crossed around, just tied to that.
Sayuri's gonna keep her eyes ahead of everybody. She'll probably be like first or second, just to make sure nothing is coming out to attack us or grab us or anything like that.
Sure. As you keep your gaze set forward, and the current quickly carries you off into darkness. The light shining. Everything begins to take a red tint as we come to an end for this week.
Ooh.
And yeah, for those of you watching, we will catch you next week with this, and we'll see you then. Good night.